What's up, YouTube? So I just got done opening an Urza Saga sealed tournament deck. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But it was a lot of fun, brought back a lot of memories, and it's always enjoyable when you open, the older stuff just from your childhood. So, as a kid, I made the decision to try to save a lot of that older stuff that I opened, as far as packaging is concerned. So I decided to go ahead and do a little video for those that have never really gotten a chance to maybe see some of the older stuff or some of the older packs, like the artwork that was featured on it and everything. And so it's been a while, so I decided I would, invite you guys along and take a walk down memory lane with me. So here's a few of the different boxes growing up. You can see some of these are pretty beat up, but first up, have two of these 6th edition classic boxes. I was a pretty big fan of 6th edition. I was even a bigger fan of 7th edition. These were all ruled as advanced level. Really, though, you should just focus on getting the expert stuff. Not too much value is found in like these core sets. But, certainly some really awesome cards that were in here. Let's see, this is just an Avacyn box. Everybody is pretty familiar with that. I'm not really going to be showing any of those other, there shouldn't be any other ones. So here we have Invasion. This was a pre-constructed deck called Heavy Duty. Let's see, Smother all comers with this green-white fast action deck. White provides a backup to the monster green massive attack. This was pretty fun. I enjoyed that one. Let's see, this is another Invasion one. Here we have Dismissal. Bet you guys can guess what color that is. Oh yeah, for those that didn't see the top there. So, this is going to be a blue-black Dismissal. Bounce and discard your way to dominance with this blue-black deck. Seize control of the playing field, then fly on to victory. So that's pretty cool. Next up is a Prophecy pre-constructed deck called Turnaround. White-blue. Prophecy, not a very valuable set. But damn, it was a lot of fun. Especially with this guy right here, Avatar of Might. My brother had that pre-constructed deck there. But the avatars were a lot of fun playing with. My brothers and I usually played much slower pace in terms of like trying to kill your opponent. We enjoyed just amassing these giant armies and then killing each other off. And it was usually like a kind of a commander style matches. We never really played 1 versus 1. It was usually always like a big free-for-all or two-headed giant or emperor style, because it was always between 3 and 6 of us playing. Here's an Odyssey tournament pack. Just 75 additional cards. Not too much comes out of Odyssey either in terms of value. There is an uncommon called Standstill, I believe is $8, but not really anything else. There's that. This was pretty new too, but for those that didn't get a chance to see the first set of Commander pre-constructed decks that they released, I don't know, like a year or two ago, Counterpunch, Junk Colors, the infamous deck that Scavenging Ooze came in. Scavenging Ooze shot up to like $40 before it was reprinted in M14. So here we got this nifty. Alright, so we're just going to kind of go through this box of random stuff. I guess we can zoom out a little bit. So as you can see on top, Portal Rulebook. This was part of the Portal Starter Kit, which was my first purchase in Magic. Pretty much simplifies the rules and really was pretty good for teaching somebody how to start out. And then this was the Anthologies book. This was like one of the first kind of little special sets they did. Then they started doing like the Goblins vs. Elves deck and like Dragons vs. Knights deck. And so this goes over like when the set came out, what the set was, the dark. Let's see, we just opened Urza Saga. Let's check out Urza Saga. We got Visions, 5th edition, Stronghold, Tempest. Tempest was one of my favorites. Exodus was a lot of fun. Urza Saga, which was October of 1998. And the Goblin War Buggy in that. So that's pretty, there's Portal. Pretty nifty. Got unglued in there too. But this is what came in the Anthologies box, which here is, let's get this out. Anthologies. Get a little, bear with me, kind of just winging this video. Alright, so expert level Anthologies box. I think this was like maybe $20. Just a lot of various reprinted cards. Let's see here. So that's kind of what the inside looked like. Oh, what else do we got in here? Here is Invasion Tournament Pack. Just 75 additional cards. There you can see the pre-constructed decks there on the side. If my camera would focus. So I got both of those. My youngest brother had that one. So that's pretty cool there. This is just a core set and a new Phyrexia box. But looks like we got some nifty stuff here. So this is going to be kind of a long video. I guess if you got the time and you're bored and you just want to kind of check out some of this older stuff, have at it. So this looks like maybe one of the newer ones. I won't get into that. Yeah, here's an Izzet Golgari core set, Commander. So there might not have really been too much older stuff in this. Alright, we'll throw that to the side. That wasn't anything old. Let's see here. Alright, so that was the Anthologies. Let's see. There was 2 Anthologies boxes as well. Hold on, I'm gonna pause the video. Alright, we're back. I still have not figured out how to record longer than 10 minutes on my camera at a time. So it was good that I needed to find these other old boxes, but here in a fat pack I had them stored away. Alright, so you can see they're all pretty well beat up. But here's what came in the Anthologies little box there. So you had a red-black Rakdos and a green-white Selesnya style pre-constructed decks. That's what the back looked like. So those were found in that. Pretty sweet memories there. Anthology's not really that valuable of a set. I mean, it was all reprints. I think Armageddon might have been in it, and like Swords to Plowshares and stuff. Here is my Tempest box. Yeesh. This was probably on the verge of getting thrown away. Look at that, it doesn't even have a bottom to it. Maybe I should have just thrown this away. But I'm glad I didn't. For the memory's sake. Like I said, I had an Urza Saga one, but it was literally being held together by rubber bands. So really no point in keeping that, so I threw that one away. Here's a pre-constructed Exodus box called Groundbreaker. No mana symbols up top. I can tell you that it was red-black. Here's the other ones. You had White Heat, Widowmaker, and Dominator. Let's see what this one says. Explore the strength of Groundbreaker and leave your opponent in the dirt. Sweet. Alright, so that was the Exodus. Here was an Ice Age one that I had bought a long time ago. It's in pretty beat up shape too. Like I said, I really didn't take good care of these. back then, it was before Ultra Pro was a thing. So you basically relied on storing your cards in these. So you put your decks in these things, and there were no deck protector sleeves. So you'd store your decks in these boxes, and the boxes would take a beating and hopefully protect your cards relatively well. This is a 5th edition one. And then you just throw all these in a good old shoebox. So here's retail, $8.95. 60 tradable game cards, randomly assorted, plus a rule book. 5th edition. Cool. And this was my beat to hell Mercadian Masks one. Yeah, so if you guys hadn't seen, I think I've opened 3 brand new Mercadian Masks sealed boxes. So definitely nice to get some new boxes to kind of replace these old ones, but these old ones certainly do have a lot of memories. So this was just additional cards there. So that about does it for this Onslaught. Little rules insert, Mercadian Masks. So that about does it for the boxes. So now we're going to get into some wrapper stuff. Alright, so here was the Portal starter set for 2 players. This is what this came in. As you can see, this is kind of beat up, but it made for a relatively nice storage. So I had bought an Onslaught booster box maybe 8 months ago or so. So I ended up saving a bunch of the wrappers from it, because Onslaught was not a set that I particularly bought too much of growing up as a kid. So this is just some of the wrappers I decided to go ahead and save. Alright, so, oops, kind of skipped ahead there. There we go. So here is some Scourge, or Scourge, whatever you want to say it, but didn't buy too much of this either. Turns out it wasn't that good of a set. In terms of value, certainly always fun to play with, draft with. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. But in terms of value, Legion's kind of the same way. There you have it. Judgment. Judgment was a set that I really enjoyed, but I did not buy that much of that. Here's some Odyssey. Good old Odyssey. Bunch of the cephalids or cephalids or whatever the hell they are called. There's another package there. Apocalypse was one of my favorite sets growing up. This really kind of introduced like the enemy colors. So like black pairing with white and green pairing with blue. Those were like my 2 favorites. So Apocalypse was a set that I really enjoyed. And I'm sure most of you've seen that, probably my most popular video. It's, has this happened to you? And in that 3 booster pack, I had a pack of Apocalypse. So a lot of fun opening that, reliving some of those memories. Prophecy, another set that is pretty dead in value. But, man, this was a set that my brothers and I ate this one up. I mean, probably because we're pretty new, but it was a lot of fun. And especially like the seals, Seal of Fire, Seal of Strength. They're common cards or enchantments for 1 mana. So you sacrifice the enchantment, so Seal of Strength is basically like a giant growth, just kind of waiting around on an enchantment. Same with the other ones. Seal of Fire is like a shock on an enchantment. Here you have... I should mention the black one is like 3 mana, which kills a non-black creature. So they're not all 1 mana. And I think the white one blows up an enchantment or artifact for 2. But here's Invasion. Invasion was a fantastic set. This was another one that my brothers and I really ate up on. Just, you know, gold cards in general. This set was really pushing out gold cards. Of course, this came out before Apocalypse. But this was a lot of fun. Plane Shift was also part of the block, pretty sure. So this has features Draco, it's a dragon from Plane Shift. You got Mercadian Masks stuff. Of course, everybody knows what this set is all about. The infamous Brainstorm being printed in it. I think the foil Brainstorm is goes for like $150, and it's just a common card. Well, the foil, of course, is not that common. Here's some Urza's Destiny. Good stuff. Love the Urza's block. Yeah, Urza's block was fun. And then, let's see, what else? Oh, another Mercadian Masks. That's kind of out of order. Urza's Legacy. I didn't buy much of this one. Here's some Urza Saga stuff. Just always nice to play with. You got Exodus. Here's some Stronghold. Growing up, my cousin was actually trying to collect the Stronghold set, every card in it, and he only needed one more card, which was the Sliver Queen. And one year during Christmas, my uncle went out and bought all of us, my brothers and I, my cousin, and then his children, and he had 2 girls who were just starting out playing, and like they were, whatever, 7 or 8 years old, had like no collection or anything. Well, his youngest daughter opens her pack, and guess what was in it? Boom! Sliver Queen! So anyways, my uncle basically took the card from her and gave it to my cousin to finish out his set. So he still has a full set of Stronghold that he's hanging on to. Tempest. Here is Mirage and Visions. So there's some of the older stuff, older packaging there. And this is probably more recent stuff. I was trying to like do what I did growing up and at least save like some of the packaging from me opening it. But some of it is out of order. There wasn't really any order. Here's 5th edition. When I was opening 5th. Good old 6th edition. Man, I love this car set. 6th and 7th edition. Like I said, great cards, a lot of fun to play with. Not a lot of return on that investment because there's not a lot of value with it. That's typical of advanced sets and not expert sets. So yeah, 7th edition was the very first booster box that I bought. And I split it 3 ways between me and my 2 brothers. So I got 12 packs of that. Kind of interesting, the difference in the gold here. So I don't know if these were like the, whatever, Walmart, or from where I was buying, Meijer, and then the booster box maybe. So that's 7th edition Northern Paladin. That was a cool card. Of course, Elvish Champion. This guy was pretty neat. Gives all your elves +1/+1. I think Forest Walk. The pack that my brother cracked open, and he was big into elves, he got a foil Elvish Champion. I think that was his name. There's a normal course set there. Here's some unglued packaging. And then we got some Innistrad, which I think everybody's familiar with that. Scars of Mirrodin. Mirrodin Besieged. Another Dark Ascension, new Phyrexia, more Mirrodin Besieged, and just some more recent stuff. Avacyn, World Wake pack, bought one of those, like when I first was getting back into Magic, and then the most recent Kamigawa stuff. Hey, one last thing that I found as I was putting some stuff away were some of these old booklets here that came in those starter decks, or those tournament packs. So these are basic rule guides that you would get when you would purchase those starter decks. So this is a 5th edition one. Here was Ice Age. So basically just an in-depth kind of rules guide that came in all those boxes. That's let's see, I think this one came in the 6th edition one, I do believe. Some survey stuff, prophecy story. So here's one that came in the turnaround deck. And as you can see in the turnaround deck, if we can get some focus here, here was the deck list. This was for Prophecy. So it showed you which was your rare cards. Looks like 2 rare cards came in it. And then it has a breakdown how to play the turnaround deck. And gives you, ooh, are you a new player? New features. So that was in the Prophecy starter, or the pre-constructed deck. Here's another one that came in the 6th edition. Little guide talking about the stack. Different things there. Let's see, we got Mercadian Masks. These are some things that came in Portal to build the Horde deck. Put together 6 to 7 forests, 6 to 7 plains, 11 green cards, 11 white cards, for a total of 35 cards. Leave all other cards out. About 17 to 18 of the cards should be summon creatures. Include lots of small creatures and sorceries. And so, as you can tell, these really were not that good. This was, you know, for those Portal decks. Total of 35. So obviously that changed. Fiery Doom. Gargantuous. Another one of those. And then here's some of these like storybooks. So you got the Tempest storybook here. This booklet is not a rule booklet. So you could see page 62 for telephone and fax numbers, and for our internet access. Your local game retailer may also have free copies of the rulebook available. You can download it at their website. But this kind of went into like some of the things, like here's Shadow, which was like a unique ability in Tempest, which was also followed up in some other things. But then you've got these like Exodus had Shadow, and then some guys later on. But it goes over like the characters and stuff that you found in Tempest, like Commander Grevenil Vec was a card there. Karn talks about him. Little picture there. That's the Angel. And Urtai, the Wizard. Squee! Check him out. And then it just talks about like what happened about Volrath, the Predator ship attacking. It was at the Weatherlight. So it's pretty interesting to go through and read. It goes like the whole story. So you had Tempest, and then here was one for Exodus. This was a strategy guide for the pre-constructed deck. I think this was the one that came with that Groundbreaker one. So it's got a couple colored pages, inserts. Here is what Groundbreaker deck lists look like. See the 24 lands, 14 creatures. It did not break down the rarities. Dirtclaw Worm I know was rare. So I guess this was like a junk. Or not junk, Jund, sorry. Because we got the green, the red, and the black. Let's see, what else? It goes over the other different ones, like here's what was in the Widowmaker pre-con deck. Actually, that was probably the advanced deck list. Is that what I showed you guys? Because I didn't remember green being in there. Okay, so yeah, so you had the basic deck list. This is what came in the pre-con deck. So you had Volrath's Dungeon. It does show you the rarities and stuff. But then to like really up your game, you turn and make it into the advanced deck list. And then you have to go and find these other cards, which gives you like what set they were from. I was going to say, I did not remember getting a Dirtclaw Worm from Tempest, which I know is rare. But I don't remember getting that in this this box. I didn't even remember green being in it. So this was the advanced, going for the Jund playstyle. Next up, Urza's Saga strategy guides for the pre-con decks. Goes over like the different little abilities that were relevant for Urza's Saga. Special Delivery goes over the basic deck lists there. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a like an advanced deck list. Yeah, enhanced. Woo! So, that was pretty much Urza Saga. Both of those. And this, I think this was newer. How to Play. Yeah, it's just one of those giant How to Play maps. I think everyone's familiar with. I'm not sure where this one came from. M12 or something, maybe. Maybe not M12. Well, it's got 2011 core set on the front there. So, I don't know where this one came from, but I've got it. So anyways, that was a last minute find. I decided I'd just go ahead and make another video and include it in this overall walk down memory lane of old school packaging and books and that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for taking the time to watch. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later.